I'm sure you've heard that there's two minds, the conscious and the unconscious. And I'm sure you know that the unconscious mind is thousands of times more powerful than the conscious mind. Yet, contrary to public opinion, the unconscious mind is not the boss. The conscious mind is the boss. And the unconscious takes direction, literally, from the conscious mind. And so knowing that, you've got to also understand that the unconscious mind is a servo mechanism that doesn't debate or argue with you. It just listens carefully, monitors the feeling or the authenticity of your feelings which are associated with your words, and acts accordingly. So if you want the unconscious programming, which is 95% of who you are, to recognize the directives that you're giving it, it must be associated with feeling. This is why it's so damn easy for us to keep creating negative events and attracting negative people into our lives, because the feeling that's associated with negativity, fear, anxiety, depression, anger, and all of the above, because they're so easy to feel for humanity, we do it with such expertise and then wonder why we encounter those events that match up with that experience. So if we want to change that, we have to change the whole belief system and the feelings that are associated with it. And there's an equation in life for everybody, this universal, that creates our reality. And that equation is our beliefs or our conditioning, or more specifically our childhood conditioning, that is responsible or creates our emotions or our emotional state. And our emotional state drives our behavior or our actions, and our actions and behavior creates our outcomes or results. So if you want better, different results than that which you've been experiencing day in, day out, and you don't like them, the only way you're going to change that is not through the behavior or the state, because that's being driven by the belief systems. You've got to change the belief systems. And there are ways of doing that, of course. We can do it organically with repetition, the same way as you learn your behavior and you learn your habits and patterns. Some were healthy, some were not. Or there are different modalities that we can use in therapy or NLP sessions, which are painless and quick, and they really get to the problem very fast and reframe the belief systems which are limiting you from becoming your greatest version. And this is also damn important, because people ask me in session, why can't I break the habit of being myself? Why do I keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? Well, first and foremost, that's insanity. Einstein said doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different result is insane, that's what it is. But above that, the reason why you're not changing is because the unconscious responds to feeling. And so when you try to think your way out of a negative pattern or a negative loop, and you're using affirmation, for instance, or words of affirmation to change that, and the feeling doesn't correlate with the words, the unconscious ignores it. So I'll give you an example. If you keep saying to yourself when you wake up or walking about or driving around or wherever you are, and you say, I can't trust my husband, I can't trust my wife, I can't trust my significant other. Usually when you're saying that, there's a feeling associated with it. It's a strong feeling, which is the language of the unconscious. And so the unconscious is listening and says, hey, boss, I hear you. Let me see what I can do to confirm those feelings back to you and match up that experience that you are obviously wanting, because you keep saying it and you keep saying it with feeling. So let me find people, events and circumstances that will match that thinking and feeling process so you can confirm back to you your thoughts as a reality. Doesn't matter how you state that. It could be, I hate my boss, I hate my job, I like being angry, I like being aggressive. Whatever you are saying with feeling, and it's easy to be authentic with negativity. We humans do it naturally. We've been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. That's no problem for us. So when we start thinking negative thoughts and those feelings come up in our stomach and our chest and our heads and they're real, the unconscious says, okay, it's time to take notice. I'm your genie. What can I do for you? And it will keep seeking out that which you keep stating with repetition that's matched with feeling. So if you want to change and give the unconscious prime directives for it to work in your favor, remember, it's a servo mechanism. It serves you. Your conscious mind, the creative, imaginative mind in the present time, that's the boss. The huge unconscious, the powerhouse, is your servant. Yet you've made it your master by giving him the wrong instruction. Want to change that? You've got to change your belief systems and your conditioning, and that comes with changing the feeling that's associated with those beliefs and that conditioning. Okay? If you want to know more about this, you can direct message me, you can call me, you can Facebook message me, you can go on my website, on my YouTube channel. But if you really want to find out how to unhook the negative emotions from the beliefs and the conditioning which are driving all your behavior, then reach out and let's talk about it more. Because until you do, you will continue to be a slave to your past, and you will continue to bleed on those who didn't cut you in your future, and that's unfair on you and those you're bleeding on. So give me a call, and in the meantime, be your greatest version.